Xiao Yin moved his limbs. The light flashed beside him, and an old smiling cheek appeared in front of Xiao Yin. Xiao Yin was also a little accustomed to the old Zhan who appeared like this every time, but he was not surprised and smiled. Boy, your cultivation talent is really unusual. I didn't expect to enter the peak of the midterm so soon. If those pills were given to ordinary people, they might not be able to achieve such results at all. Old Zhan said with a smile. Hee hee, it's all thanks to this gas refining layer. Without it, it can't be done. Xiao Yin also smiled. Xiao Yin felt the effect of this qi refining layer deeply again in this practice. Every once in a while, an inexplicable force will rise in Xiao Yan's body in the qi refining layer and participate in the refining process. This not only greatly improved Xiao Yan's refining speed, but also the key is that the quality has been greatly improved. By the way, Long Yi has been sitting there practicing for so long. Could something have happened? Xiao Yan looked at Long Yi, who was sitting not far away. Long Yi had been motionless like a statue for several days, and Xiao Yin felt really strange. Don't worry, he's fine. Now his power is still too small, and it takes time to refine it to absorb so much Danlei. After a few days, it will be fine to wait for all the Danlei in his body to be refined. Old John waved his sleeve robe and said slowly. Xiao Yin nodded reassuringly. Now he should also prepare to go to the Tianmo Mountains. Well, I went out of the tower first, and when I was ready, I went to the Magic Realm Cemetery in the Tianmo Mountains. Xiao Yin smiled and said, Xiao Yin was also extremely eager to be promoted to the 2-star Fighting Emperor. Prepare more healing medicines, which are necessary in the mountains. Old John nodded and reminded. Xiao Yin nodded. He knew these naturally and disappeared into the golden pagoda with a shock. Xiao Yan's figure slowly flew into the distance. Xiao Yin didn't know yet, and he didn't know if the money on the vindictive mainland could be used in this place, so he decided to go to Xiao Long to ask. And by the way, he told Xiao Long about going to the Tianmo mountain range. Xiao Long's residence is the Dan Hall. Generally, Xiao Long stays in it for alchemy or something, but he often goes out to gamble. Relying on Xiao Li's memory of when he brought him here, Xiao Yin smoothly arrived at the location of the Dan Hall, saw the familiar building, grinned, and slowly descended towards the Dan Hall. Xiao Yan's figure fell, and outside the Dan Hall, he knocked on the door. After a while, an old voice sounded softly in the room. It's Xiao Yan, come in. Pushing the door open, Xiao Yan walked straight in and saw Xiao Long sitting next to the table, looking at a yellowed prescription intently. Ancestor. Xiao Yin handed over his hand to greet him. Xiao Long glanced up at Xiao Yin and smiled, but immediately a look of surprise flashed across his eyes. Xiao Yin's breath really startled Xiao Long. The Xiao Yin he saw now had reached the advanced stage of the mid-stage of the 1-star Emperor. If he knew that Xiao Yan's true strength was already the peak of the mid-stage of the 1-star Emperor, he might not just be taken aback. Xiao Long stared at Xiao Yin tightly and asked in surprise, Have you entered the advanced stage of the mid-stage of the 1-star duty? Xiao Yin looked at Xiao Long's surprised expression and smiled, and replied, Hee hee, thanks to the pill refined by the ancestors, otherwise it would be impossible to reach the advanced level. Xiao Yin complimented Xiao Long a little. Indeed, this promotion did rely on Xiao Long's pill, but the more important thing was the special cultivation effect of the qi refining layer in the Zichen Su Ling Pagoda. Just rely on the pills I gave you? Can the pill of some Emperor 1 product and one Emperor 2 product be upgraded to 1 level? It's incredible. Boy, are you telling a story? Could it be that my medicine refining technique has improved another step? Xiao Long didn't believe it a little bit. Just 4 Imperial products and 1 Emperor's 2 product pill can make a 1-star Emperor promoted from the middle to the middle and advanced level. He didn't believe it either. If so, wouldn't it be too easy to refine a batch of such pills without strenuous efforts? Promotion? I really just absorbed the 5 pills given to me by my ancestors and advanced to the mid to high level. Xiao Yin almost leaked. Xiao Long stared at Xiao Yin again, and it took a long time before he said, Really? Your kid is really not an ordinary genius. Xiao Long didn't know that Xiao Yin was not promoted from the intermediate level to the advanced level, but from the advanced level to the peak of the mid-stage of the one-star emperor. Otherwise, I am afraid that Xiao Long would not just be surprised and disbelieved, but directly sprayed blood. You know, it is much more difficult to go from the advanced level to the peak than from the intermediate level to the advanced level. I don't know how much energy is needed. It's a world of difference. Let's put it this way. Under normal circumstances, if you need to practice for 1 year from the intermediate level to the advanced level, then you need to practice for at least 3 years from the advanced level to the peak. Well, your kid is always shocking. Don't say much. If you have anything to do with me, let's talk about it. Xiao Long said with a smile. Xiao Zhu got this genius, and he was also very happy in his heart. Xiao Yan nodded and told Xiao Long that he was going to the Tianmo mountain range. Are you going out to experience now? Xiao Long thought it would take some time for Xiao Yan to prepare to go, but he didn't expect Xiao Yan to tell him that he was going out to experience in just a few days. Xiao Yan nodded. His current cultivation speed in the clan is really slow, and his medicine refining skills are also in urgent need of improvement. The most important thing is that Xiao Yan is extremely curious and yearning for the Magic Realm Cemetery in the Tianmo Mountains that Zhang Lao said. There is something there that allows him to directly enter the 2-star duty. After Xiao Yan arrived on this continent, he found that the gap between the strengths here was too large. The fighting emperors of each star were divided into many hierarchical systems: the early stage, the middle stage, the late stage, and the peak, and each stage was divided into primary, intermediate, advanced, and peak. The power gap between these levels is very large, and the energy required between each level is very huge. It is not easy to upgrade to the first level. Xiao Yan is naturally extremely curious about what can be promoted to the 2-star fighting emperor at once. Well, I'm going out. By the way, ancestors, I don't know if the currency of the vindictive mainland can still be used here. Xiao Yan said the distress in his heart. If he couldn't use it, he wouldn't be able to buy healing medicine. It is common to get injured in the mountains. Healing medicine is an item that people who walk in the mountains must prepare. Can't be used anymore. I prepared these things for you, and there are still 10,000 gold coins in it, just in case you need it in a rainy day. Xiao Long nodded. He was prepared for Xiao Yan to go out to experience. With a wave of his palm, he threw a ring at Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan took the receiving ring and checked it out. Whether it was healing medicine or the necessities of many experiences, it was very well prepared. Xiao Yan smiled with satisfaction, carefully put away the receiving ring, got up and thanked him. Thank you, ancestor. Xiao Long smiled and waved his sleeve robe and said with a smile, You are welcome, but you must come back within a year for this practice and become a member of the clan. Xiao Long said to Xiao Yan, who got up. Xiao Yan nodded, turned around, and prepared to leave. Isn't your kid about to set off for the Tianmo Mountains now? Xiao Long looked at Xiao Yan, who was about to leave when he turned around, and said in surprise. Looking at Xiao Yan, it seemed that he was going to the Tianmo mountain range immediately. Xiao Yan turned around. He was indeed preparing to head towards the Tianmo mountain range today. Well, he prepared like this. What's wrong with the ancestors? Is there anything wrong? Xiao Yan nodded and looked at the surprised Xiao Long.